I'm here with head swimming coach Kyle Hunt. Coach Hunt, how are you doing?
What's up, guys?
All right, so I know you're a couple weeks into the season already, but let's go back to last year. You guys finished on a very high note. Both the men's and the women's program finished second in the conference meet. How have you guys built off of that so far this season, and how do you guys continue to build off that going into the future?
Well, I think when we reflect on what we did last year, it comes down to improving times. If you do that, it kind of takes care of itself with how you place. This sport, you can only control what you can in your own lane. There's some really good teams in our conference, and so we just try and improve on techniques and race strategies. And when you have 18 to 22-year-olds confident, they're gonna swim really well. So we just try and work the process, and when we get to the final meet, it almost doesn't matter what we did last year as long as that they kind of improved throughout the season. But we would like to walk away with some hardware.
Now, in these first 3 weeks, you competed at the Spire Relays, a double duel against Luther and Simpson, and then last week you were just at Minnesota Morris.
Yeah.
How have these meets been for you, for each program, both the women's and the men's program?
Well, what I wanted to do was kind of get uncomfortable for the first couple weeks and spend as much as we can on the road. I think when you're traveling and on a bus and in hotels, I think you can kind of find out what your team's going to be made up of, how they get along, how they gel. And it kind of came to a really good crescendo at the end of Minnesota, where on Friday the women lost in a close one, but then rebounded the next day and beat them, and they went 2-1 on the weekend. And the men are undefeated at this point, so obviously we don't talk about that too much, but they're like the women, they have to bond as well and kind of battle it out and make sure they're tight knit. But now we get to be at home on the 10th and swim in front of our great fans, so it'll be awesome.
Now, I see on social media and when you guys are on the road, you guys have so much fun together. You guys gel, both men and women together. Like you guys are just one big family. How did that become to what it is today?
Well, the sport is really hard, and everybody's going to say that about their own sport, but you just can't get better at swimming unless you're in the pool. And so when you write a workout or prepare for a meet, you have to work all the different aspects of it. And so when you go through those steps or those training kind of groups and sets and whatever, you just make sure it has a purpose. It's very similar to their college experience in the classroom. They're going to get a degree, they're getting specialized teaching in that area, and so we do the same thing. However, I want to enjoy this job too, right? So when we recruit, we look for highly motivated, high-achieving athletes, and winning and swimming fast is awesome, but it's not the be-all, end-all, because this is a family, so we have to make sure that people are in there for the right reasons. So we have a motto, it's mission first, team always. Mission can be anything: conference championship, nationals, get a 4.0. So we try and find people, the team, to support that. And so you find out a lot about people when they're supportive of each other and they just kind of become themselves.
Gotcha. And now your schedule is pretty similar to last year and has provided some challenges already and in the future. So what meet are you looking forward to the most? Has it already happened, or is it coming up in the next coming weeks?
Well, we're certainly looking forward to swimming at home versus Simpson on the 10th. I know that we have some other teams there to support us. I think men's soccer is going to come by, and some parents are going to swing down from various parts of the country are going to come and visit. So we're looking forward to that one and seeing how fast we can go. And then we travel to Chicago for a mid-season taper meet, so we're going to rest for that. There's some of the fastest teams in the nation there, and people that are vying for national championships. So it's the best of the best at our Division 3. But let's take care of Simpson first.
Gotcha. Now, lastly, the tricky question: how do you get your team to peak at the right time? You don't want to peak too early. You don't want to peak too late. So, how do you get your team to peak at the right time? And that would be the conference tournament or conference meet at the end of the year.
Yeah, it's kind of a witch's brew of certain ingredients for certain people. This is an individualized sport once that horn goes off. So it's a lot of communication with each athlete on what races they're preparing for, what to get ready for. And like I mentioned earlier, if they're confident and feeling really good about what they're doing and training, it's let it rip. Swimming fast at the end of the year actually starts on the first day of practice. We have to kind of go through the season and have lots of communication, and every week is going to be a little bit different based off of how kids are feeling. There's other exterior things like grades and academics and social life that can come into play, but if they're putting in the work and the effort, it's very similar to when you're making a deposit into the bank, right? You want to cash all that out at the end of the year. You don't want to pull out little bits here and there. You want to just put in all the effort, enjoy the process, and then, like I said, if they're confident at the end, they'll let it rip and we'll swim fast.
Perfect. Well, Coach, thank you for your time, and
Yeah.
good luck in the next week.
Yes.
Hosting an ARC foe, Simpson College.
All right, P-Bulls, baby.